Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Fontaine because... Well, welcome back, we were just here. Welcome to day one of the Roses and Muskets event here in Fontaine, where it seems like there is a film festival going on. And this is the first big event that we've had since, well, this is the first big event in Fontaine and it's after the big crisis that happened. There was this massive flood, a lot of drama, and we get to check in on Farina, see how she's doing after her story quest, see how she's getting involved now as she kind of finds her place in society, and hopefully we get to see a whole bunch of our other friends from Fontaine as well as also getting to meet meet up with a lot of our friends from Inazuma as well. Like I know we're going to be meeting with Ayaka and Ayato, as well as meeting some new characters too. Like if we could pull for Chevreuse, I would probably pull for her, but we can't do that yet because that's later in the version. But yeah, how about we get started and see what is going on, because we get this cool claymore afterwards too. What is this? Stabilization mech putty place. Oh, it's so cute. It seems to have some kind of camera there. Simulation device, ideal accuracies. Okay, so it looks like there's gonna be a lot of cool rewards here. And look at the cool art of Chevreuse and Ayaka with the guns. First time we're seeing that in Genshin Impact. And Shiori! I'm excited to get to meet our new characters here. Oh, and look at Paimon with the clapper as well. Looks like Farina is enjoying herself too, which is good. She deserves to be able to be happy. Alright, without further ado, let us go to the quest. I was going to teleport over there, but I figure it's going to start the quest immediately when I do. So, let's see what's up. Alright, right here. Oh, looks like there's a stage set up right now.
Seriously? But, Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
Well, I'm afraid you
I
have to
know,
come up
right?
with something on your own.
We've helped
Take it from me.
Xavier and
Sometimes you just
so
have to let
many
things
films
go.
in Inazuma.
Same goes for this film festival.
Alright, but what is the issue here?
Oh.
No!
Hey, isn't that Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now.
I was very far from Inazuma.
Xavier!
Hello!
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear Traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time.
I know, it's been a while. We helped him make many movies across a couple world quests. So how's it going? How have you been?
Well, I was doing just fine until
I
I
see
received
someone in the
some
background.
terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and
Oh,
is no
no.
longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
Can't you just find a different investor?
If only it was so easy, Paimon.
Unfortunately, that's not
Look
how
at
it
you,
works.
see the poster?
We
It's
had
the
signed
little
an agreement
bird-looking thing that we
specific to
can
the
get from
Fontanalia
the
Film
event.
Festival, stipulating that I cannot work with any other investors until the festival is finished.
Oh, that's a very unfortunate
Fontanalia
legal
Film
clause that
Festival?
seemed to put you in a
What's that?
troubling
is this your
situation
first
given
time
the
participating in
circumstances.
Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival?
No,
Then allow me
we've
to fill
only
you
we've
in.
only just
The
survived a
Fontanalia
big disaster.
Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids, and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials. It's one of the most important festivals for this nation.
I see.
What's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
Yeah, what are you trying to remember?
I was just trying to recall the exact description from the books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
Oh, okay.
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Yeah.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year. To commemorate the Loch Nights, people will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
Okay.
Really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
Trial or treat.
That
Aw.
sounds pretty fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. I just got too excited after seeing you. Let me get back to the
Aw,
point.
we missed
The
seeing you
Fontinalia
too.
Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that film technology has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to introduce more people to the art form. During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
Ooh.
What award?
Well, Paimon,
The
she
Farina
was the
Award.
Archon before.
You know, after
So
the
to
Hydro
speak,
Archon,
so-
they coined it while Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed, no one has made any motion to update the name. Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Farina is still Fontaine's superstar. Anyone with eyes can see the way she shines on the stage.
Well, that's good that people still appreciate her.
Alright. Guess the name
I was
does work
worried
pretty
about
well when you
how
put it that way.
they might treat her after what happened.
Oh,
but-
but who would have guessed
Yeah.
there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Maybe we can help you find
Chiori?
someone else who wants. Oh, I guess he can't. He
sounds
literally said he
familiar.
cannot find other sponsors.
Where have we heard that name before?
She runs the clothing store in the Court of Fontaine, Chiaria Boutique.
Yes, that's her. I asked her to oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
Yes, a lot
How
of
to
characters.
describe her?
Had their clothes
well,
designed by
she tends to
Chiori.
be pretty direct and can be very forceful when it comes to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress. Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma. Anyway,
Well, that's
Chiori
cool.
is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
That's
Who are the
awesome.
actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
What's the
Why
movie
don't
about,
the two
though?
of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them? Judging from the
Sure.
time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
The crack of muskets breaking the silence. Ooh, film reels. 1,000 pace interdiction arc minute sharpshooting zone. Oh, these are all the events. Trick shots, tricky lights, extreme drive. Oh, that's cute. And into the frame. Okay. But we can continue with the story, right? Yeah, we can. Hello, who might you be? She has nothing to say to us at the moment. Not even telling us to go away or anything. Well, I guess we'll be meeting you soon enough. Let's see what's going on around here, though. Lots of stars put up, very nice. Famous director Melis. Helen. Looks like there is a lot of really cool stuff going on here, which is good. Oh, Petit Lumiere. Tirana. Okay, so these are some of the events that we can check out, which is cool. But yeah, nice to see these sorts of events where everybody can come together for a festival. All right, the Clementine line. Let us go. We just rescued the Clementine line, which is good because it seems like we will be welcoming some friends who have been taking it. I mean, how do you get from... what's the easiest way to get from Inazuma to Fontaine? Like, Inazuma is all the way down here, right? So do they go to Liyue Harbor and then take the land path? Like, do they have to go through this region that hasn't out yet to get to Maritime Harbor? Or do they sail all around the outside of the map where there's presumably ocean and get all the way over to here? Questions that perhaps one day will be answered. The lift is coming, right? It did just say that. The lift is running. Okay, I should stop bothering them. Here we go. Clementine line. Hello. Well, I love her clothing. Of course, to be expected because she is a fashion designer.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The Aquabus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise, we've
She
heard
has a
the owner of
geovision.
Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
The way Navia's wardrobe comes together is really exceptional. The concept behind Kirara's outfit is really original.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
Yeah, no funding anymore.
I know,
which might be a
Chiori, you
problem.
don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
Dude, if it sounds too good to be
Therein
true,
lies the problem.
it probably was.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After
If you had
obtaining
other
such an
investors
excellent
and you had
script,
somebody give
it's
you
only natural
really,
that I'd
really-
want to make the most of the film.
A really
Budgets that
much
the
better
others had
deal with not
proposed were
asking for
nowhere
much in
near
return.
enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to
Probably
front
might
such
want
a
to take a
large
second look
amount
at
of
it
Mora,
before
so-
you say yes.
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any Mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
Yeah.
What?
That's right.
You're
We
saying
gotta
that
keep
you
going
have a
now.
plan?
Do you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give
Yeah.
up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Yeah, it's a boat here now? That's usually the sound of the boat appearing. Hello! I love how she's wearing her Fontaine outfit again.
Really? Then where do you live? We Melusines live in Mercy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
That's right!
Oh,
Oh, I knew that Yoimiya would get along well with the Melusines, just like she gets along well with the Aranara.
we are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose to live in the court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived, but I haven't even finished chatting with Evil yet.
I
It's okay, I'm sure you'll have the chance to again.
introductions to Fontaine along the way.
Everything you described was so
I love
clear and detailed that we
Ayaka's
can't help but want to
Fontaine
hear
outfit.
more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Maybe they should have put Ayaka's outfit on sale again for this event.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine.
Shiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
Hello,
It's
friends.
an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
Sounds like it.
Just ran into
We've been
Xavier
roped
earlier and
into
came
helping
over
out,
with him.
as we usually do.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
I thought I would always get the lead role. That's true. Not only is Ether like the protagonist of the game, he also is starred in a lot of Xavier's other movies.
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was
I
making
know, it's hard
preparations
to
for the
it's hard to
film?
pin us down
I
unless
figured
we
you were
end up
probably
finding you
busy,
first,
and
right?
I didn't want to disturb you. So
I get
could
it.
only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, I'm happy to see you again.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are
Yeah,
the
we know
chances
everybody.
everyone
And
can be
everybody
brought
knows each
together here
other.
like
So
this?
that makes things way
Why don't we
easier.
go to Hotel
And this is a
Zabor and
great
catch up over a
reunion of
meal?
friends.
I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Oh,
Very
thank
well.
you.
Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
Yay. Well, I'm happy to see all of our Inazuma friends again. It was just earlier this year we saw Ayaka and
Wow.
Yoimiya again.
Buildings in
But
Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And
But of
there's
course,
the
it's always
fountain
nice
that
to
Abel
catch up.
mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
yes, it's very different
Look
from
at that huge
Inazuma as
spinning
well.
sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Something like that. Similar technology. I guess it's the indonitium supply. Oh shoot. I gotta not go. We gotta go away. It's not climbing the wall. I say as I climb the wall. Well, here, I have Lynette out, so it's like she's a cat, right? So climbing up things is what cats do. I guess is the logic I'm gonna go with there to justify not finding a proper staircase up.
Step on up.
Let's see. I'm kind of thinking of pulling for Yoimiya later in this update. She comes back pretty often compared to other characters.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Yes, it's very
Yes.
different.
When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time
Well,
for me
not
to get
bland,
used to it.
but like
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we?
How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew. A lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Well, that sounds
Originally, I was
interesting.
planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
A small problem,
What
and
is
by
it?
small problem we
It
mean
has
big
to do with the
problem.
film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Yeah,
Then,
and who knows if
Is there a way we
he
could
could
raise
actually come
funds
up with the
ourselves
funding
to solve the
at any
problem?
point anyway.
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the
Yes,
film
it does seem to be
festival
quite a
submission deadline.
dilemma, doesn't it? All the
Mr. Xavier,
flowers.
if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
Yeah, would it?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
Well, seems like a
All
pretty good
right.
offer then.
I'll do as you say. Thank you. Thank you
course.
so much. I'll make
The
sure to cobble together
generosity
enough
of
more
the
now,
Kamisato
even
clan.
if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Hey, we can help out too. We don't mind sponsoring. I mean, Ether has a lot of money. But we're always around to help out a friend in need as well. And we have worked together a lot in the past, so I know we can trust you.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to...
Oh, we can tell you're passionate about what you do.
Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier.
Well, we'll find a way.
Tell us if
Paimon.
there are still any open
We seem,
positions left
you
among
guys
the
seem to be
crew.
really good at learning the skills you need to be able to take
Alright,
over
let
all
me
sorts of
think.
odd jobs
We still
for
need a
all
camera
these
operator,
different events
a
and things we have
clapper
to
loader,
help out
and
with.
someone to
So,
manage logistics.
no
I
worries.
originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
Yeah, what's a clapper
The
loader?
clapper loader is responsible for using the clapperboard to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
Okay.
A clapperboard? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Hey, I know
Yes,
who would
that's
be
right.
perfect for that
Are
job.
you interested in that job?
Yeah.
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that.
Oh, that sounds like a
Alright,
perfect
then
Paimon
you'll be our
job.
clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Sure.
He's great when it comes to
We
using
did,
the
yeah, we
camera.
have been the camera
I can't
operator
even
for
count
like
how many
a lot
times
of
we've taken
things, like
photos of
the
during our journey.
Academia
Yes,
Championship.
that's also what I was
That was
thinking.
more like
I
being a
noticed the
news
Traveler
person,
had an
but
eye for
we
photography
can
and
pick up the skills to
composition
do
when we
film
worked
too.
together previously.
And we do a lot of
I'm
photography
sure
as
that's
well.
due to the traveler's journey across Tibet and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
As long as I'll be able to help. Lights, camera, action!
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
Aw, I would let Xavier give us a hug. He's helped us a lot. We've done the films. He helped us with the with Wanderer information, all of that. But yeah, I think we better get to work.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Well, luckily,
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle
Okay.
that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
well, thankfully we might
Marina
know
helped out
someone.
a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right?
Yeah.
Besides, it's not like she has anything
I know,
else to do
casual
right
name
now.
drop, but we know her.
Farina?
Yeah, we're good friends.
Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Yeah, of course.
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Yes.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film.
Yeah.
Anything!
You got nothing to lose. Why not? We'll go see if we can get her
Then
help
I'll
again.
have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit.
Yes, you should
Just
take the
leave this
time to
task
go
to me.
around.
It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances.
Yeah, we'll help you
The
out.
whole thing was our idea in the first place.
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
Candy, sweets.
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Sure.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts? Like
Yeah, that's what I was
vanilla
thinking.
mousse?
She loves sweets. We should get her something sweet.
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontanalia Festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To
That
do
is
something
true.
like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I
She
agree
does.
with Yoimiya. If the gift is
The
too
Archons,
fancy, it
For
might
first,
actually make
with
her
A
feel
and now with
more
Farina, I'm realizing
uncomfortable.
they do like sweets, don't they?
Some Fontanalia mousse.
Yay! Let's get some
will that
candy.
really be
Oh, we can
enough?
get the
We'll be
cake
asking her
that's
to do a
only
lot
at
of
16
work,
slices
you
a
know.
day.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
You want something even sweeter than Fontanalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
Well, what could that be?
The cake that is really rare.
Your words of praise.
Aw, okay. I can do that. Sounds like Chiori really gets Farina. maybe the connection between artists. Anyway.
You go ahead. No need to worry about us.
Great.
Oh, I hope Farina will like the gifts we prepared. Oh, and if you still think we should get something else for her, just let me know. I should be able to make some fireworks.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I'm sure Farina would love to see one of Yoimiya's performances, like fireworks shows. Oh, look. I really do love Ayaka's flowery Fontaine outfit. It's so pretty.
Looking forward to the good news.
Yeah? So you do seem very interested by these. Are they cooking something? They look like they're making stew. I would be very fascinated too. Okay, let's go. Go to Farina's apartment. I mean, yeah, last time we called upon her in the time of need of, you know, the theater troupe that was otherwise not going to be able to make their last performance. So, knowing Farina, she would help us, even if it's just out of the kindness of her heart. But of course, I mean, we should probably offer her more than that because, well, for Farina, she's still trying to find her way through society and just making an identity for herself, not as the basically false Archon. So I'm sure that getting more involved would be something that makes her happy.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
She's probably gonna be walking outside like she was last time. Oh, okay, she is inside.
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea? Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you?
Hello.
And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello.
Hi.
So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Naturally, yes.
Just get up, Farina. It's already past noon, you know.
Paimon, try to be nice, remember? There are some of us who regularly wake up past noon. Not me, though, because I have to do stuff. Otherwise, I would. But I can't. But that means I don't judge people who do, because if I could, I would, but I can't.
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel.
Yeah, that's
Which
right.
is a really smart idea.
That's right. Lots and lots of praise.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Is this Fontinalia mousse?
It is.
It's one of my favorites.
I know, right?
That's
We
great.
love sweets.
So
We know you
actually,
love
there's
sweets. It
something
all
we need
works
your
out.
help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep.
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
That's us.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
I have experience.
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Well, you will now.
come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself.
Yes, that would be great.
Satisfy you with his camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say? You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. All right, how about this? we'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Whatever you say, Director Farina.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work.
Good.
Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Oh, I am well aware, and we will work hard to meet them. I'm ready.
Okay. Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Okay. So there's going to be some preset options, right? Filming theme directed by Farina. Estella is the boss of Beaumont Workshop and has always been proud of her forging machine, as it can not only precisely control the strength of temperature, but also takes no effort from the blacksmith. Let us film a promotional video for her workshop. Remember to emphasize the superiority of her forging machine. Okay. Okay, there's 5 shots. You will need to film several shots according to the director's requirement and compile them into a video. Camera positioning is key, and you should ascertain the camera position requirements beforehand. Okay. When filming, there will be narration requirements. Select the most suitable narration according to the story. Try to satisfy all of the director's filming requirements. After selecting the most suitable choices for all of the camera positions and narration, you may begin filming and see the results. Okay, so we're kind of just like planning, storyboarding first, and then we're going to go off and do the actual filming. Got it. Camera position. You need a scene that shows off the Beaumont Workshop. Okay, outside the Beaumont Workshop. Located in the court of Fontaine, Beaumont Workshop is a weapons workshop that utilizes a forging machine. Okay. You will need a scene that shows off the forging machine at work. Okay, there's the forging machine. This machine can precisely control the force applied and the temperature, making it perfect for doing exhausting and time-consuming work. Okay. You will need a scene that shows off the atmosphere as Estelle works relaxedly. Well, she's just calling out to everybody, so it sounds like she's super relaxed. Thanks to this machine, the owner of Beaumont Workshop, Estelle, can comfortably enjoy each day at work. Okay. You need a scene that shows off the weapons arranged in boxes produced by the Beaumont Workshop. Okay, boxes. Perfect. But worry not, for the weapons produced by Beaumont Workshop are of outstanding quality, with exquisite craftsmanship and a keen edge. Okay. Last, you need a scene that shows off the Beaumont Workshop. The logo. End with the logo. If weapons are what you want, look no further than Beaumont Workshop. Oh, it doesn't even say workshop there. But you can have the camera panning out and then like the title of like Beaumont Workshop, where you can get all the weapons that you want. Oh, I see. Okay, that's what Farina gave us. Okay, cool. Filming theme directed by Farina. Located in the Court of Fontaine, Beaumont Workshop is a weapons workshop that utilizes a forging machine. This machine can precisely control the force applied and the temperature, making it perfect for doing exhausting and time-consuming work. Thanks to this machine, the owner of Beaumont Workshop, Estelle, can comfortably enjoy each day at work. But worry not, for the weapons produced by Beaumont Workshop are of outstanding quality, with exquisite craftsmanship and a clean edge. If weapons are what you want, look no further than Beaumont. There we go. That sounds like a good commercial there. I think we did pretty good.
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought.
Thank you.
All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Well, it was just a narrator sort of narrating the day in the life. But yes, what is your verdict, Lady Farina?
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina? Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know.
That's true.
In fact,
but maybe we
I've
can
already
pull
had
in some
several
favors
troops
because we're
approach me for the
friends.
Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest.
Well, sounds like you're still a free agent
Others
then.
were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well... Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
We did help you through a massive crisis. Not that that's a favor we're going to be asking you to repay for forever. But maybe one more time.
You know how much you're willing to pay me to be the director?
The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Well, maybe we can help with getting Xavier
I can offer you
more funding.
this much?
What? That's all? If Nervulat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
That's probably the most important question that should
Our
hopefully that
script
should
is
ask
an
first.
adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Is that the book you were reading last night?
Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Sounds like it.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat.
That's
I didn't
right.
charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
It seems like it.
So,
Sounds
are you
like
a
we're
big
gonna be
fan of the
paying her
story,
with.
Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Yeah, it
as
depends on how
much
involved
freedom
the
as you
original
would
author
need.
wants to be.
I
Otherwise, you
wouldn't
can do
dare
whatever you
doubt the
want.
tastes of
Really.
Fontaine's greatest
I mean, not
star.
whatever you want. It still has
Good.
to be something that
Then
people want to
I'm free
watch.
to
But yeah,
alter the script as I see fit.
you can change the story to be the way
Absolutely,
you
no
wished it was
problem.
written. Now's your chance to make a film that you love, and your name is going to be put out there too. It sounds like that's one of the bigger things. More
All right.
reputation.
It seems that your
When,
crew really
you know,
can't go
she's starting
on
to get
without
some
my
more,
care and
which is
direction.
good.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director.
Maybe this movie becomes super
I
famous,
mustn't let
and
a perfectly good story be
and-
ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
yeah. And if you do need the pay, which I think Farina does, because she is living by herself in the city right now, trying to, just find jobs that, like, in the performing arts and entertainment industry to just, rebuild her life. Then maybe if this film becomes super successful and Xavier gets a whole bunch of, like, royalties and, like, gets paid for it, he'll probably be able to pay everybody after the fact too. Like, like being in debt. Except that seems like a pretty good investment, which is why it's a little unfortunate that the other person wasn't able to wasn't able to provide the funding, because it seems like, with such a star-studded cast and crew, it's gonna be like a pretty good return on investment, and hopefully that can go back towards, paying the cast and crew after the fact, because they all did work hard and are very nice people, and, it would all come around in the end. Thank you, Farina.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon,
Yeah.
And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming the 2 Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Florand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her.
Well, I'm sure Clorand
Claudia
would.
can also use firearms, but
come over to help too if
her
you asked.
style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
That sounds like
Yes, that's
they'd
right.
be the most expert
They
on
work
using
with
muskets.
every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Okay.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
I
You're
see.
saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway,
Fair enough,
enough
fair
about
enough.
that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go.
Sounds
you can just
good.
tell me how things went.
I'm
when
gonna
we
have
discuss tomorrow's
macaroni for
plan
dinner
later.
today.
No problem.
That's gonna be delicious.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands.
Don't worry, we are
You'll
well
be so
aware.
glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets
I mean,
will
the
be
whole
sold out.
award is called the
I'll
Farina
be sure
Award,
to ask
right?
some people I know
Just
to see if they'd be
imagine
willing to
us
act
getting to
as
work with the
extras.
actual Farina on a film
Seems like
to
you're
compete for the
finally getting more
Farina
comfortable
Award.
with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
No, she did not. Indeed. I can't wait to see our film's premiere.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
Me too.
By the way,
Assuming
I'm
she hasn't
curious.
left.
If my pay is so low, then what about our 2 lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person into that who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Tell me
Basically,
Chiori isn't being paid either.
she's sponsoring it.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
It's true, he does seem like he's one of the luckiest film producers in all of Fontaine right now. Anybody else and their project would probably be in ruins at this point. But indeed, I mean, everybody is quite generous here because while they are getting paid with some kind of everybody gets something out of it in terms of Yoimiya gets to visit Fontaine and see all the things, Ayato and Ayaka get to have their well, basically a cultural exchange. They get to share some of Inazuma with the people of Fontaine, and they get to experience, touring through Fontaine too. And Chiori gets her, brand exposure, and we get to feel good about helping out an old friend. So it does seem like but yeah, the lack of pay does seem to be quite an issue. It is amazing we've got this many people together. That's because we just know everybody who is super, super generous with their time and effort. And like I said, hopefully it's going to come around. Everybody is going to be able to get something out of this experience too. At the same time, I do also hope that everybody gets paid at the very end because the film does well. Just for the sake of, so that still is a driving force for a lot of things, but it's also just great to see everybody be passionate about the work they're doing, and that passion leading them to to help out, because that's the kind of thing that, brings the community together. All right. Hello, Lady Farina.
All right, this is the place.
And how did you know you'd find Chevro's here?
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Yeah, we saw her earlier.
Her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
By kinda intimidating,
Please
I mean
wait here for a moment. I'll go
really
fetch her.
intimidating.
She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Well, don't be fooled, Paimon.
Just trust me.
Yeah, don't be fooled.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then.
As you should.
Shiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
I know, right?
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
That makes sense.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Are they actually talking about a novel,
Anyway, to
or
speed
are they
things up,
talking in code
There's
about
something I
something?
need your help with.
You know, that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which
Okay.
is exactly why I'm here to help.
They are definitely speaking in code. And by code, I mean analogously.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end.
Yeah, it looks like you made the wrong choice, buddy.
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know.
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevras, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the
Ooh,
interrogation
shady
room.
transaction caught in the act.
Take them away, Letelier.
Well, she appears to be very good at her job.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
Careful, Paimon.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently?
That's
Chiori,
us.
I'm assuming what you
Hello.
wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers.
I see.
The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable
As long as
source
nobody
here,
else
this should be
rediscovers
the
how to
very
make
last
synth, then
batch.
that sounds like a good operation.
You were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys.
And she caught them right in the act, red-handed too.
Introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard
Pleasure
me
to
introduce
make
myself,
your
so I won't bother
acquaintance.
repeating it.
Why didn't you just arrest them immediately?
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice.
I see, so
even
it
though the
seems
right
like they
choice
are
was
already
right there
very
in
good
front
at
of him.
working with each other as a team.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once.
Don't we all?
Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Well, probably something not as serious as what you guys are talking about,
Oh,
but
you see, it's like this.
nevertheless, something a lot of fun. Which is good, because it is a festival.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Oh, thank you.
Just like that.
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice
so
prevails
sounds
over
like
evil
you're a
never
fan.
get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Great, that was nice and easy.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Yay!
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish.
But I think it's going to
Still,
take
I
me
should
more than,
also head
3
back
days
now.
to finish.
Let's start
But,
preparing
you
the
know,
actors'
it's going to
costumes and
go
makeup.
however it's going to go.
Guess that's it for today then.
That's it.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
Then I will see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Cheery. Talk to Chevraz. Okay, hello.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevraz?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
Haven't read it
The
yet.
story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the Baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The Baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive, and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
I see.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
I can see why this would make an interesting movie
The Baron got what he
adaptation.
deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevras?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
Well,
I've
Paimon,
read the
everybody
reports
always
about
has
you.
might have multiple
Whether it was at the
reasons.
trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what you're implying is there's a case that you need our help with?
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Huh? Really?
Oh no.
But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
Could it be someone from your platoon?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon.
Then who could it be?
However, well, that's all I can disclose
Could
about
it be
the case
somebody
today.
who left your platoon?
What do you
Like
mean?
a former member?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me.
Sounds
I'm
good.
aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
I mean, we're gonna end up getting involved whether we like it or not. So I suppose we should just say yes, right, Ether? You should just say yes.
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see Muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so.
It wouldn't be the first time
Just
something
to make
so
myself
odd
clear, this is not
were
an
to
order,
occur.
nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request. Nothing more.
Okay.
If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler?
It's already been quite a day. Let's give it some thought tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
Yeah.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
The crack of muskets breaking the silence. I know, right? Could have, not sold the drugs, but... but well, then that wouldn't be as interesting, would it? Okay. Let's see. All my daily commissions, which is good. And... we're supposed to be able to see the other characters in the world around us, right? I should look that up right now. So yeah, sounds like we got a star-studded cast and crew here with our friends from Inazuma and Fontaine working on this film with Xavier, our old friend who was in Fontaine for a while. But let me just check really quick. Roses and Muskets. Day one. I don't know what to Google. Day one locations. Because we're supposed to be able to meet up with the characters. Oh, perfect. A page that gives all the things. Day one. That's today. Okay, let's see. Day one character locations. Okay. Okay, so first, because if I don't look this up, I'm never gonna find them, and then I have only a short amount of time before it starts the next part already. Oh, I thought I was gonna take fall damage. Okay, hello, Chiari.
Oh, how lucky I am to have so many kind-hearted people assisting me.
Aw.
Yeah, just watch your step now.
Everything I've been through is starting to pay off now. There finally is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Ah, I see it now. What lies before me is a whole world of hope.
No, what lies before you is the fountain. I hope you can start seeing clearly, or you'll end up taking a dip in it.
Don't worry, I think that she's gonna keep him out of trouble. Meanwhile, I will stand in the fountain. Because I am sometimes... Because why not? Because the traveler scales walls, never does things on the beaten path, right? So why not? But yes, it does seem like Xavier is very fortunate to have found this many people who are willing to help out. But you know what? That's because we can tell that you're very passionate about what you do and we care about wanting to help you. Okay, let's see. Next, we should go to the coffee shop and then go say hi to Yoimiya and Ayaka, who should be over here. And of course, there they are. We love the coffee shop. Ether loves coming over here to help make coffee, right?
Here, Yoimiya. Try some conch madeleine.
Oh, looks like they have
you ordered
madeleines
it,
there.
Ayaka, so you should be the first to try.
Well, it looks
To
like
be
there's enough
honest,
for both.
I ordered it for you. You're fond of desserts, aren't you?
Let's try it at the same time.
Well, in that case, I guess I shouldn't refuse. Let's try some together.
All right.
This is amazing! Oh, the texture is so soft. You can
I
feel
know,
the super
right?
rich aroma of butter as
I
soon
like
as you take a
madeleines
bite.
too.
And the aftertaste is pure bliss.
Great. I'm glad you like it. I enjoyed it too. And I really like the swirly design.
I've heard that it's supposed to look like a barrel conch. I've never actually seen one myself, but now I'm really curious about what it looks like.
Maybe we'll
Hey,
find someone to
Ayaka,
tour.
When you can find
Or
a
when you
time,
guys are
would
touring
you like to
around.
go search for one underwater with me?
All right. Why don't we go right after this?
Great! Then that's a plan. There are so many places I'd like to visit with you.
Awesome. I wonder if like other vision bearers can go. Like I know canonically the Fontaine characters with the Fontaine visions can do the diving just like Ether can. But like I know we can take any character underwater, but I wonder if canonically the other vision holders can do that too. And the last one should be... Oh my gosh! Ayato and Neuvillette meeting.
Indeed, Monsieur Neuvillette. I'd very much appreciate hearing your thoughts on everything we just discussed, including my
Everything
initial
discussed.
proposal
It
and
was
the general
probably a
direction of
lot.
our potential cooperation.
Your proposals are reasonable and quite well thought out. Your sincerity and wish for our mutual success was evident in your words, so there's no need to be so modest.
Thank you. So, what's your decision?
If you're asking for my personal opinion, I'm willing to cooperate in full based on my own opinions and my impression of Inazuma's culture. However, Fontaine doesn't run simply based on the feelings of one individual. I'm sure Inazuma must be the same. Everything must be done in accordance with the regulations that are in place.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I will submit a written proposal outlining the details of our potential cooperation to the Palais Mermonia within a week.
And I look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. Oh, sounds like that is the blossoming connections between Inazuma and Fontaine. Two countries now opening up more to interacting with each other. And that is pretty awesome to see. Alright, let's try and get started with What is this? Okay, we need to get tickets so we can get this, is this a real claymore? Is it like supposed to be like a magical sword wielded by Overlord? It looks like it's a cardboard. Oh, it's probably a prop weapon. Well, then it looks pretty cool. Nice work. What else can we get? I guess, where do we get the refinement materials more? Oh, it's this stuff. It's duct tape? It looks like duct tape. I think the refinement material is duct tape. Is that right? Can gather many wishes, including super cool cardboard ones, and put them together, forming an ultimate super duper mysterious power. I think it's duct tape. I think that the thing is duct tape. Alright, festive event. Okay, first one. Let's see. 1,000 pace interdiction arc-minute sharpshooting zone. Oh, let's just do all of them. Because I'm up for it today. Sometimes I save it to do it for another stream, but nah, let's get started. Take your positions, form ranks, muskets up, take aim and fire, repel the enemy advance. Come take part in the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol's special event and experience the joy of being a musket sharpshooter. A musket sharpshooter? Not a concept we're too familiar with. Looking at the style this guard set up, Paimon can't help but wonder what the event she mentioned could possibly have to do with the Fontanelle Film Festival. Ah, it's Super Zenith boss level forces. What in the blazes are you doing here? If you two help me promote my booth, I'll be able to hit my quota for sure. I am confused. That blah forces thing isn't another weird nickname for Paimon and the Traveler, is it? Is it? I feel like we've heard them call us that before. I don't remember who. That's right. It's a title for you two that's becoming popular among some members of the guards. Okay, somebody definitely said it. I think it was in the fungi event. You might not remember, but we've actually met before. Oh, that was you from the fungi event. But considering how ordinary looking I am and the fact that I'm just a mediocre sharpshooter, I'm not surprised that I didn't leave much of an impression. I did remember we met a guard who called us that. That's pretty much all I remember. But if that was you, then yes, I did end up remembering. Anyway, let's just pretend that this is our first meeting. I'm Terena, a Special Security and Surveillance Patrol trainee, and I'm in charge of handling all sorts of odd jobs for the patrol. Given how popular the film festival is, the Special Patrol is hoping to ride on its coattails by running a publicity campaign with the aim of spotting hidden talent among the citizenry. So, ta-da! Behold the shooting simulator on the table in front of you, known as the 1,000 pace interdiction arc-minute sharpshooting zone. This thing looks like a little model of the Court of Fontaine. But not just the Court of Fontaine. This sand table allows you to change the area, so you can switch to wilderness scenery if you want. Much less spectacular than the Court of Fontaine, though. Combined with a special pair of optical goggles that the Fontaine Research Institute developed for us, it lets you simulate taking out enemies from on high, just like a real Special Patrol sharpshooter. Basically, it's a game where you simulate using a musket to aim and fire targets, right? But the name is so hard to wrap your head around. What are interdiction and arc-minute supposed to mean? I came up with the event name based on a famous line that Captain Chevres once exhorted us with, which aptly expresses our lofty aspirations. An outstanding musket sharpshooter always strives for pinpoint accuracy. At a distance of 1,000 paces, your shot grouping should be less than an arc-minute. In reality, though, based on the current processing precision of mass-produced muskets and the eyesight of our sharpshooters, achieving a dispersion of less than a single arc-minute when firing from any further than 100 paces away, let alone 1,000, is wishful thinking, to put it mildly. But if we're talking about Captain Shivers, I wouldn't put it past her. Oh, well, slow down a second. You're making Paimon dizzy. All we need to do is have fun. Super Zenith boss level force is right. Sometimes it's not worth overthinking things. Just give it a go. When I first joined the patrol, Captain Shivers told me that too. Anyway, please take these goggles, and when you're ready, you can start playing with the simulator on the table. Well, after talking so much, why don't we try it out? Paimon was curious what it's like to fire a musket anyway. Looks like it might be fun. Alright, let's go. Go to challenge. Don't go anywhere. It sounds like we can just talk to Terena here. Doesn't use any real ammunition, which is good. Okay. have at least 20 munitions remaining. Let's do it. Let's do it. Use a limited number of munitions to defeat all the... Is it timed? Okay, this is Poisson. In 1,000-pace interdiction arc-minute sharpshooting zone, you will use special optical lenses to aim and shoot opponents. Press the aim button to start aiming, aim at your targets, and press the shoot button to fire bullets at the target lens your lens is aimed at. To defeat all opponents to complete the challenge. Ammunition is limited in some scenarios. Utilize limited ammunition to defeat all enemies. Adjust the horizontal camera sensitivity and vertical sensitivity to controls. Okay. Well, it's great that they consider the sensitivity. How... It doesn't tell me how many munitions I have. Well, you know what? Oh, 50. Okay, well, assuming the bullets don't, like, you know, drop down, like, further, or I need to shoot higher than usual, we're probably good. Oh my gosh. Okay. You're not kidding. It is... Oh, I'll have to wait for it to stop moving. You're literally sniping them. Okay. There's one. Uh-oh. Yeah, I thought, like, this guy's gonna be scared. This guy's like, what's happening? I don't know. I just hear noises. Okay, training scenario has changed. Okay, I should try to avoid going for them while they're moving. Or wait it out until... Oh, they don't come through there. Okay. I'm not gonna shoot them through there. Go here. Good. Good. When do you stop moving? Okay, you're a big target. Oh no, but you take more than one. That's a problem. Okay, so you take 2 shots. You are just dancing. You're having a good time. I'm sorry that we're gonna do this to you. No, this one's sleeping. Okay, look. I do actually feel bad about hurting hilly trails. But these are fake hilly trails, right? This is the cardboard cutouts. It's on a cardboard cutout scenario, so there's no way these are real hilly trails, right? So I can feel better about that then. Okay, what if we do that? Okay, that was 4 in one go. All right, cool. I mean, because these are not real hilly trails, then I don't feel as bad about it. Although, they look very real, which is problematic. Okay. I'm gonna have enough ammo left. Okay. Huh? Question mark? What did I just get hit with? I don't know. That's what it's probably thinking. I don't know what it's going through. Okay, anyway. We did not miss a shot, which was great. Oh, I should just hit select stage. I'm gonna do the next one. That was fun. That was lots of fun. Because it's not real. Because those are not real hilly trails and real, you know, innocent creatures that we just hurt. Can we not do that yet? Oh no. Alright. Maybe we move on to the next challenge then. We got lots of points, though, about 100. That's good. What's the next one? Petit Lumiere, do you have a thing?
Great day, isn't it? Someone as famous as you, I bet people are always handing you their business cards. You know us. This kid's pretty sophisticated. Holding another in contempt merely on account of their lack of years is a mistake only the most ignorant would make. I suspect that the two of you are not quite so shallow as that. I didn't intend to flatter myself, but my elder brother and I are famous local film directors. Everyone calls me Mr. Petit Lumiere. Hello, do you plan on giving us your business card as well? Correct. I'm quite keen on learning more about your adventuring experiences. In my industry, extraordinary stories are always in demand. As you appear to not to be well acquainted with me, allow me to introduce myself. My elder brother and I have been working together to produce films for quite some time and have already made quite a few blockbuster successes. Perhaps you've seen employees leaving the factory? I haven't yet, no. Oh, that's okay. How about the arrival of an aquabus? Haven't seen it either. I see. That is nothing too remarkable. The road to fame and stardom upon which we two brothers tread is long, and we will certainly make even more popular films in the future. Film production, constructing and planning narratives, the performances of actors, the cooperation between cameraman and director, and post-production and processing All of it is a truly fascinating process, and among all these, I believe that the process of filming itself is the most technically demanding. What you choose to focus on while filming decides the information that will be conveyed to the audience, the atmosphere they will feel. Of course, the narration is very important, but you cannot expect a story to rely on narration alone. 4 shots. I always believe that you only need 4 shots to construct the smallest visible unit of a story. Within just these 4 shots, a genius can work miracles. Would the two of you like to try? Seize this opportunity to revel in the glamour and charm of filmmaking. So what should we do? It is simple. I will provide you with a few simple themes that have already been formulated into short scenes. The important thing is to try out different ways of handling both the narration and the camera, and combining them to film a few short scenes. Are the two of you interested? Yes, we just did a little sample film for Lady Farina. But you know what? We are always looking to practice with anyone we can, so we would be happy to help out. Our interest has been piqued. Marvelous. Then once the two of you are ready, you may go to filming locations I've already prepared. I will give you feedback on your finished products. Awesome. Cool. Into the frame. The path of the sun. Alright, let's do it. Oh, underwater. Cool. I mean, we are always happy to help out. Isn't there there's a little ocean that's been waiting for me for forever. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll have time to start that later this winter break. Into the frame, film several shots according to the director's requirements and compile them into a video. Camera positioning is key. Okay, so this is just like what we did with Farina. Let's get started then. The Path of the Sun, an actress played by Lynette, is lost amidst the underwater seagrass and cannot find her way. When she looks up, the sunlight illuminates her face through the water's surface, showing her the way forward. Okay, sure. Show the environment that the actress is lost in. Let's see. Lost amidst this underwater seagrass. Okay, seagrass. I remember the path I took coming here. Let's keep going. It can't be far. Where should I swim? It all seems the same underwater. Time for afternoon tea. I don't think it's that one. She's lost. She doesn't remember the path. So where should I swim? It all seems the same underwater. Okay. Film how the actress played by Lynette looks as she swims through the seagrass. Okay. Lynette is in the shot. And there's no narration in that one. Highlight the bewildered expression of the actress played by Lynette. Bewildered. The actress played by Lynette sees the sunlight shining through the water. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. I know. Follow the sun's rays. After enjoying the refreshments, it should be time to go prepare for the performance this evening. Nope. Forget it. Let's just go home. Well, she doesn't know the way home. There we go. The Path of the Sun. Wait, cost 20 points. Where should I swim? It all seems the same underwater. Okay. There she goes through the seagrass. Her bewildered expression. I know. Follow the sun's rays. Wow. This is such a cool game mode. 2 stars. What did I do wrong? Okay. Try this one. You got 20 points for that. Okay. Let's try a different one. Let's see. Where should I swim? It all seems the same underwater. There is a teleport waypoint, which is a good landmark. Okay, her expression. There we go. Follow the sun's rays. There we go. 100 points? 100%? Yay! Perfect. Yeah, I chose the one that had more of the seagrass, but yeah, let's see. Oh, cool. We got a thing. What is this? Oh, right. Let me see. Is this enough to get the sword yet? It might be. Let's see. This is not unlocked yet either, right? Okay, so it seems like every 2 days it's unlocked.
But yay, we get the cardboard sword. Some of the claymores have been really funny. Like, okay, Kave's one is really cool. But like the, where's the fish? The fish. I love the fish. Now I got the fish, now we get a cardboard cutout. I did not even prepare. Do I even have the materials to max it out? I'm definitely gonna level it up as much as I can. Oh yeah, that's right. All the... Okay, I don't even have enough for that. Well, I will try to level it up in the meantime. But yeah, they've kind of streamlined the upgrading interface now. Why was Ether like... Oh. I was like wondering, why did they all have the water effect? I mean, why didn't they all have the water effect? Why only Ether? And they're supposed to, you know, be like underwater. I guess it's just, you know, spending time in the water. Did it always tell you what kind of elemental effects the part of the characters that are not currently active have? I don't remember. Anyway, I think that is where I'm going to wrap up this episode of Roses and Muskets. But in the next episode, looks like now that we got our wonderful cast and crew together, we're going to get started on filming this movie and maybe see if some of these crimes happening in Fontaine do in fact have anything to do with being related to this plot. But until then, I will see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.